Hey chess friends, my name is Sprout, and welcome back to the road to 1300. Right now, we are at 1272, our peak elo and rapid. Let's get a game started and see what happens. 1510 rapid, here we go. Will we have the white or the black pieces? We have, I'm stalling the black pieces. We have the black pieces. What's our opponent going to play? They're going to play e4, and we will hit them with c6 and see if they want to go into a Caro Kann with me. They do. What kind of Caro Kann are we going to see today? Are we going to see the exchange, the advance? We see the advance, and we play c5 directly, making room for our knight on c6. And then we'll see what they do. The most testing line in this is, for me at least, I feel like, is when they take on c5. Sure, it becomes like two targets that they have to, try to keep, but, well, it is a more testing line. Instead, they move their knight out, and we're just going to move our knight to c6, and then we'll get our bishop put onto g4, and from that point, I'm going to have to do some thinking. I'm blitzing these moves out a little bit because I play a lot of the Caro Kann, but as soon as we get our initial setup out of the way, we really need to, slow down and do some thinking. And now they take. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and apply some pressure there and prepare to probably take on e5. Maybe we could see the knight coming out. Could get a little spicy, I don't know. So depending on what they do, taking is a possibility, or taking on e5 is a possibility. So I'm just gonna take here, I think. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think I know. And then we'll probably go ahead and take on e5 and see what they do next. That's gonna tempo the queen. And we'll just see what happens after tempoing the queen. I imagine they could try to move there. I mean, it's possible. Seems like a good thing to do. Okay, that's just fine. Actually, that worked. That worked great. Now we're gonna go ahead and get e6 in. Depending on what happens, we can also move in here for a check, and potentially if they try to block it with the knight, we can go ahead and move our pawn up to d4. That looks pretty juicy. Yep. Looks annoying. Playing against Crofter 69 from Canada. Are they a dog? It looks like they're a dog. They are a dog. Playing against a dog. Okay, they've went ahead and castled. Very annoying of them. Because now we can't have any of our fun. No, I guess I'll just play e6. And then we'll go after this pawn. Okay. Yeah, I think now we'll go here, and if we induce this, we'll have a nice little forky fork. Although it isn't really a fork right now because it doesn't actually threaten anything, come to think of it. This can't actually defend anything. So we probably need a new plan, right? Yeah, I think we need a new plan in this situation. Yeah. New plan! I'm thinking about it. We still want to fight off that, but I also want to get in a place where I can castle pretty soon. Castling sounds pretty nice. Yeah. I mean, I could push regardless. I really wish this would come to the party first, and then we can push. And then I think that looks really juicy. Although we could push and take here. I mean, because that disconnects them. Of course, if I push, can't draw lines, then we definitely have to worry about something over there. Which, yeah, is a little annoying. I think we're gonna ask them what they want to do with the bishop first, and then we'll get some more pieces developed. Yeah, so we'll just find out what their intention is. If they move it, okay, well, they moved it all right. Yeah. We'll have to be a little careful. Okay, they moved that way. I think moving here is good because we also have takes, and if they retake, I can just... I mean, it gives me some options, you know? I think we're gonna have to go with that right now. Of course, if I go here, they can also play... Oh, no, they can't really play there. I mean, they can, but I don't think it's that good. They could play here, though. That's going to be really annoying. Because then I can't really take. I can't really do anything. They're just kicking things around. So instead, maybe we try to get over to here. That might be a little bit better. Or we just go ahead and put a rook on the open file, threatening this right away. That could also be, and then maybe they push there, which would kind of help us. I think I like that, giving a threat over there. I still need to finish my development on the king side, but I think putting this threat on the table helps. We could also just go ahead and get castled and, you know, just do what it takes to get castled. I like getting castled more. Yeah, I like getting castled. I'm thinking about, like, the pin could happen there. I still would love to take there, but I can't really, like, with this pin. I mean, I can, but then there's really no safe refuge for my king, you know, after, like, if I do have to retake with my pawn. So I'm not really a fan of that, per se. Okay. We can just move in here. Probably. Let's see, if b8 and then b1, and then moving here for takes, and then we take, they retake, and then we take here. That might be okay. Yeah, that might be alright. Let's go ahead and do it. Because then it does get my queen over here once it retakes this, assuming that all happens. And then I can threaten this as well. Okay. They are doing that. But I think... What about this now? This. Presumably this. No, then I'm just down a pawn. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and castle. No reason to overcomplicate it. I could throw pieces and try to break this apart, but then they'll just push, and it's just not worth it right now. So we'll just go ahead and castle. And maybe there could be some sort of tactic where, you know, we are able to get some sort of discovery attack. Okay, well, but that, will that really, that's interesting. I presume this is gonna happen. And then I go in here, and so that all could happen. Otherwise, we just let them take, and then I just retake with the knight. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll just retake with the knight if it comes to that. I could also retake, technically, with this pawn, and then, you know, have this sort of situation here. But yeah, taking there seems like a mistake because it just activates their knight. I don't really want to get their knight very active. Which, come to think of it then, probably means I should retake with the pawn there instead. Yeah, that seems a little bit better. If I'm trying to restrict this knight, it's probably better to retake with the pawn. Uh-huh. So, they are planning on pushing. I guess I have some ideas, some options. Well, I could go there, but that doesn't really help me under the situation. Right now, I don't think it's a huge deal. This is really protected, so I could just go around there. I could push as well right now, because technically my queen is protecting that. So maybe that's a move. Pushing, and then maybe locking things in place. Now, let's see. If I push and they have to move somewhere... I mean, I could see them moving here with it, because that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It doesn't really help. So I don't really like that. I think getting my queen off, but if I put it over there, the same thing can happen. But then... technically, when I move here, and if they move to give check here, I can move here. So, there is that. And it's off this. This is still really well protected. So, I think we'll just sidestep it. And try to get a rook or two on here. Because this rook here isn't really doing anything. Yeah, I don't think this will open up anytime soon, so probably better to try to swing both rooks over here. Okay, so that's pretty much exactly what we saw in that situation. So we'll see where they go. Probably go here, I imagine. I suppose I could move up then. just shut this down, so you're not getting this horrible, you know, this horrible doubled pawn out of this situation. Yeah, that'd be funny. Could work. Of course, if I move up, I also have to keep an eye then on this pawn, because they can get in, and that would get a little weak. So, I'm not a huge fan of it. We could move here first before pushing. We could also push here, but then they push there. And we have a take-take situation. And then maybe then we can get a rook down to the second rank there. It could work. I do like pushing there. I just don't like how, I don't like how they can get in. Maybe pushing might be okay. They push, and then, yeah, that might be okay still. And then if this needs more reinforcement, I can always swing my my knight around. And then possibly if I chip away at this, I can get something over there and take. That's all interesting. Will this work, though? If play there, I mean, this here, it still holds. Like, it still holds everything together. Yeah, it does hold. And then it stops, like I said before, it stops the, it stops this pawn from getting out. And I guess I've got this pawn break over here still in my pocket. Which might do me all right. I've been spending a lot of time thinking though, so I have to speed it up a little bit. Down to, well, I'm at 8 minutes, so I'm really not that bad in terms of like timing. Okay, so they're getting over there, they're trying to go for, I mean, that's nothing right now, I don't think. Although there is this. So I am going to have to play here to defend. So we will go ahead and defend. And now I really need to try to get in over here. Okay, that's pretty good. Now that's happening. If I play here... I mean, that looks pretty tough to break through, though, doesn't it? Plus, it also keeps the knight out of this area. Of course, they can take there, which is annoying. Yeah, so they'll be able to take there. And then I'm gonna have to move the queen somewhere. I mean, I can kick the queen, I suppose. It's starting to look a little bit scary, and then you can get in there. Technically, they can get in there either way. Yeah, taking there is the best choice. Where, if I go there, the queen can't really stay anywhere super interesting. Either way, I need to generate some threats. If I go here, I'm just worried about I'm weakening a lot of things. But, because then they can get in. If queen gets in with a check, that gets really annoying. I mean, this is coming, so... And at this point, like, I'm not really sure what I can do. I might have to sack something just to, like, get some, you know, get something happening. But even sacking here, like, doesn't do anything, you know? I think I'm gonna have to try to get the go here, but after that, queen comes in with a check. Of course, I could go here, and then I'm not getting forked. Yeah, I can go there and I'm not getting forked, and I'm still keeping an eye on that. So they're gonna have to move in, because otherwise, like, I'm just taking there. Although technically I can, although, no, it gets too messy, because if I take there, they take the rook, I take here, then they have, so, the material just doesn't end up in my favor. So I think now the only thing I can do, I mean, I could go here. I could go there, they're threatening that, then maybe I move in here to guard it. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I don't think they can take yet, because I think that would be a mistake, and I can still swing my bishop around. Yeah, I need to move this as well and get it off of this diagonal. But I imagine this is coming next, just a threaten checkmate. Seems like a you know, a thematic thing to do. It seems like something you'd want to do in this situation. And then I'll have to play here. Then playing there, I also open up a possible attack on the knight. Yeah, so there we go. I mean, that was going to happen, so. And also, if I take here, I might be able to equalize and then take here and trade. Well, maybe. Technically, if I take there, they can just retake like that. So that's not really an option for me. We'll have to see what they do. I'm really locked in right now. And I need to get this out of the way so that I can do my, you know, do things. Unfortunately, though, it seems like it's going to be pretty slow. Maybe I can... I mean, I'd have to move my knight. Okay, so they take that way. The question is where to retake. And I almost think retaking here makes the most sense. And then offering that queen trade. Plus, maybe getting things a little bit safer for me. Yeah, we'll take this way. Okay. I wouldn't think that they'd want to trade off the queens. They kind of gave away their advantage. You could make an argument for keeping that on there, but I mean, I didn't want to. I just want to push. Get to d8 with the rook, I suppose. I mean, that seems like a thing that we'd want to do. Yeah, so far my opponents played amazingly, though, so we'll find out if they keep playing amazing. But I think they gave away their biggest advantage. Like, the attack has completely fizzled out now. And now, I mean, they're pawn ahead, but they basically let me back in the game. Okay, they're going there. I'm gonna challenge the open file. And we'll see. If they don't want to take and allow me to have the open file, I'll probably just go up here and threaten to start dismantling things. Wow, okay, that's a crazy move. So either they're gonna... I mean, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take and undouble their pawns, but that's just an amazing play. I don't even think I want to retake right away. I think I'm gonna take their... They'll retake, and I might just have to play... I might just have to play knight there instead, just lock it down. Yeah, because otherwise they go after things. Yeah, so I just have to lock it down like that. And we'll try to get our rook somewhere else. Or I suppose if they let us, we'll try to take that down. But I think we can bring the king out right now. Okay. I'm thinking bringing the king out is the correct course of action. And we'll just go after this. Right now, I kind of like my pawns where they are. These are the weaknesses over here, so we'll just get our king out and playing on that side. And then probably, it's probably gonna be a good idea to swing the rook around to like b8, probably. But we'll keep going. See, if we go here, we can just go and, like, we can just run around. We should be able to run our king around and just start picking things off. But they can't really do anything like that. So yeah, we're just gonna get straight in here and we're gonna start taking out pawns with our king. If they allow it, which so far seems like they've allowed it. Alright, we'll go here. Okay. We'll just go ahead and take there. I suppose they might get kind of... They might see if they're feeling a little cute and take there, knowing that I can't retake them, but then they just pin their bishop, and then I move my king out of the way. There we go. Yep. Anyway, so yeah, now it's we're getting ahead. So with that, we'll start to take down some more pawns. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, get this rook activated. I don't think they can stop it if we move the rook over to b8. I don't think, anyway. Wow, we won by resignation. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. Wow. I can't believe we won that after, like, I feel like I was in a masterclass where they did everything right, or I just played horribly. We're gonna find out. Let's take a look at that game review and see what Fishy thinks. Alright, Fish says that we both played at a 74% accuracy. Not our finest showing, but it got the job done. Let me move my big stupid head for a moment. We had 92.5 in the opening, 65.5 in the middle game, and 76.8 in the end game. So not our finest hour, but again, like I said, it was good enough. I would have lost a lot of elo if I did lose that one, since this is a 1166 now. Crazy, by the way. That person, I definitely think they played better than an 1166. Let me know in the comments if you think otherwise. But yeah, let's see. We did a Caro Kann. Like I said, I probably shouldn't have jinxed it. I said it was the most testing if they take on c5, and they did. That's only the second game where that's happened, like in the last 2 or 3 months to me, which is crazy. So anyway, we pinned the knight. Some of these are just good principles that we do in the Caro Kann position. So that's one of the things we relied on of, you know, okay, we are fighting for our lives, but we're just going to have to play the best moves we can. Taking is an accuracy. Very interesting. But I suppose right now it's probably best just to go ahead and play e6. Yeah, it is. Because that way we're threatening 2 pawns at the same time. Yeah, that would have been better. So anyway, we can see that our opponent pretty much had a steady, like, a steady advantage all game. It was not good for us at all. And once they strengthened this and got the pawn chain on the side, very annoying. Definitely, we could feel how cramped our position was, and it really wasn't helping our helping us at all. That was a mistake. Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes in the position, and you know that's going to happen when you play positions you're not too familiar with. Like I said, I haven't gotten many games that go this way in the Caro Kann, so we played there, which was a huge blunder, but they didn't find it. Instead, they just went for checkmate. That's another blunder. Amazing. That's crazy. But at any rate, at this point, yeah, I don't think they should have traded it off. Fishy still says they're really good right now, and I mean, of course they are. They like I said, we're really cramped. But they allowed us to have some chances. And moving our king was like, I think moving the king was what saved us, really. The fact that we activated our king and we got in there and we started munching on pawns. And then, of course, they moved there, which just, it seems like a great move, but it actually just pins their bishop. And that's where they resigned. I still think they should have played on, and that would have tested me to see if I'm really good at the endgame or not, but, you know, that's how it went. Alright. So, wow, we won another game. Okay, cool. I'm not complaining. That's gonna do it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment too. Do that too. I love hearing comments from you guys. And if you want to interact with me live, follow me on Twitch. The link is in the video description. Alright, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!